Hello everyone and welcome to the first ever all-girls edition of the Sports Hub. I'm Erica Baker and joining me today are Rachael Ellis and Sarah Sartell. How are you guys feeling about the show?
I'm excited.
Very excited.
Me too. On this edition of the Sports Hub, we'll be talking about Pointer football, the #1 ranked Pointers men's hockey team, and the Pointers women's hockey team. We will also have a sports vocab segment with special guest Ben Zitouni and talk about what sporting events we're looking forward to most. The Pointers football team was blown out by 4th-ranked UW Whitewater Saturday, losing 59-7. The Pointers held the Warhawks to 7 points in the first quarter, but were down 24-0 at halftime. The Pointers got their only score of the game on their first possession of the second half, a 25-yard touchdown pass from Max Hero to Christian Almonte. The Warhawks scored 5 more touchdowns to get 59-7 win over the Pointers. Max Hero led the Pointers offense, completing 13 of 25 passes for 160 yards and 1 touchdown. Hero also led the Pointers in rushing with 21 yards on 15 carries. Christian Almonte, once again, led the Pointers in receiving with 5 receptions for 70 yards and 1 touchdown. They are now 3-6 on the season. So, what are your thoughts about this?
Well, they're trying. They're trying their best. They're not doing so hot, which is kind of sad for like all of the seniors on the team for the last season not being so hot. But you know what? They're scoring some points.
I think they have great attitudes as well. I feel like I have a lot of the football players on Twitter just through knowing them like the past couple of years, and I just think they have a great attitude. I think they have a lot of potential in the upcoming years as well.
Yes.
I'll definitely be sad to see the seniors go, but I think they've also come pretty far in the past couple of years as well.
They really do have good attitudes, and it seems like this season they really stepped up and got more. They really improved from like past years. So at least a few games that I've been to, I think they're doing pretty well.
Yeah, I was at the homecoming game and like that was really exciting because they were like really close. So it was cool to see that game. But every team has games like this. Like every team has blowout games. It just happens. So it'll be interesting to see how they come back from that and what their attitudes are like going forward.
And you kind of like need those seasons to like rebuild and really get your team to the best it can be, because it does take a long time. It doesn't happen just overnight.
I am excited to see what they'll do on Saturday.
Yeah.
So shout out to Jalen Burks and the rest of the football team. Hope you get a win for your last game of the season. So anyways, the Pointers will finish their season Saturday when they take on UW River Falls on the road. The Pointers men's hockey team continued their winning ways over the weekend. On Friday night, the Pointers won 5-2 over Hamline University. 5 different players scored for the Pointers. The 5 goals were scored by Colin Raver, Austin Kelly, Baxter Cantor, TJ Rue, and Carter Rue. Goaltender Connor Rickman picked up the win, recording 24 saves. The Pointers were back in action the following night against Bethel University. The score was tied at 1 at the end of the first period, but the Pointers got 2 goals in the second period to take 3-1 lead heading into the final period. The Pointers scored 6 goals in the third compared to Bethel's 1 goal to get the 9-2 win. Goaltender Connor Rickman recorded 13 saves in the win. The Pointers are now 3-0-1 on the season and are the #1 ranked team in the nation. So what can the Pointers learn from these first 4 games?
Well, I think they're doing great. I think they need to keep doing whatever they're doing. I don't know if there's really much to improve on if they're doing like this well, you know?
Yeah, the games like they have been really close, but they've been really exciting, and the hockey team really pushed through to win the final games.
I think they're clearly good under pressure. I quite frankly think they're extremely entertaining to watch.
You got that right.
So I'm really looking forward to seeing what they do the rest of the season and going to the rest of the games.
Yeah, I think everyone's excited, and it's going to be a good season.
Hopefully they'll make it back to the Frozen Four. I think that's what it's called, the frozen floor.
I think you're right.
I mean, hey, they've got a shot at this rate, like, especially if they keep going like this could be like a record season for them.
I know, I was interested to see what would happen when Max Milasek left, but clearly not too much of an issue.
Yeah, they're doing pretty well.
Okay. The Pointers are back in action this weekend at home when they take on St. Mary's University Friday night and the University of St. Thomas Saturday night. The Pointers women's hockey team opened their home schedule with 2 losses to 10th-ranked St. Thomas on Friday night. The Pointers lost 2-1. The Tommies got on the board first with a goal late in the first period. The Pointers tied it up at 1 in the second period with a goal by sophomore Emma Berthmew. However, the Tommies got a goal late in the period to make it 2-1 in favor of St. Thomas. The Tommies held on for the 2-1 win, taking Game 1 of the 2-game series. Goaltender Sydney Connolly recorded 28 saves in the loss. The Pointers were back in action the following afternoon to try to split the series with the 10th-ranked Tommies. The Pointers took the early 1-0 lead midway through the first period with a goal from senior Lauren Smith. However, the Tommies responded back with 4 goals of their own in the second to take a 4-1 lead in the third and final period. The Tommies scored their 5th goal of the game early in the third period to make it 5-1 in favor of St. Thomas. The Pointers cut that lead down to 3 goals with a goal by freshman Nicole Newberger. However, the Tommies scored 1 more goal to get the 6-2 win and the series sweep over the Pointers. The Pointers are now 2-2 on the season. So, what are your thoughts on this?
So I think that these first 2 games can really serve as a learning experience going forward. Like they did play really well. The goaltender, Sydney Connolly, she had 28 saves, and that's something that she could definitely be proud of. Like that's a lot of work. That's a lot of saves for her. So good job, Sydney. And yeah, I think that they definitely have the strength to move forward and continue to win because they started off the season with some wins, so there's no reason why they can't keep that going.
They are definitely a strong team, and I know they have been good in the past, and so this is probably just a little stepping stone in their path, and they're going to learn from it, like Rachael said, and then they're just going to keep doing better like they have.
Yeah, I truthfully think hockey's just a really difficult sport. I give anyone who plays it props, but I'd probably die within the first 2 seconds of the first period. I enjoy watching it, but I could not ever play it.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think I could ever get out there and do what they do, and I certainly couldn't do it well.
It is very entertaining and fun to watch, but then once you see all like the padding and then the ice skating and then the bumping, I'm like, I'll do that for another sport, but that just seemed too much for a hockey.
Yeah, I'm clumsy on 2 feet, so I don't think skates is my forte. The Pointers are back in action this Saturday when they host 7th-ranked UW River Falls. UWSP announced on Tuesday that women's wrestling will be added to the athletic department next fall. UWSP will be the first public institution in the Midwest to offer the sport and the 5th university to sponsor a varsity women's wrestling program in the country. Head men's wrestling coach Johnny Johnson will coach the women's wrestling team. So, ladies, what are your thoughts about this new sport being added?
I'm very excited. I think another women's sport in the department is going to be really good, especially for wrestling. I know there's been a lot of controversy and other things like in the past, just in general, about like women joining men's sports. And so now that they're officially making a whole women's sport about it, I think it's going to be really good and really good for our campus as well, because we are dominantly women, but like showing like the strong and showing that we can pretty much do anything.
I agree with that. I guess I just wasn't aware that there was a whole lot of like
interest.
Need. Exactly, like interest for. Okay, I guess need is a bad word. Interest is a much better word for this. It'll be interesting to see how many people sign up and how they kind of start next year with that. Like it's a really cool idea. I guess I'm just kind of.
I never knew there was an interest, but clearly if they're picking up,
then someone
must have showed interest.
Right.
It'll be interesting to see where that goes.
Yeah.
Again, another sport I could never do.
Yeah. No.
We should have talked about some cheerleading. Now that I can comment on. But no, women's wrestling. I never really thought about it. I never really thought there would be that much of an interest in it. Typically in high school, I know we had girls on the wrestling team, but they just wrestled with boys. But
Yeah, and I know because they sent out an email to the entirety of the student body announcing this, and one of their decisions was that it would boost enrollment. So I'm curious to see how much enrollment is going to be affected.
How many women's
by
wrestlers
this.
will we be adding?
Right. It's interesting.
Also, wait, did we say we're the only one in the Midwest?
We're the first public one, in the Midwest, but there's also
Private universities, but
yeah.
I wonder how many other teams there are for us to compete with nearby. Or if that even makes a difference, but
That's
a good point.
yeah. I don't know. It will be interesting.
They've got some challenges ahead of them for sure. But yeah, I'm looking forward to see where it goes.
The men's teams has done really good in the past, and the same coach will be for the women, so I think it's going to be good. Just like how you guys said, the interest and whatnot is very different and unique because it's not something you really hear of or people of, but I think it'll be good overall.
I think it'll definitely bring publicity.
Oh, for sure.
Yes, hopefully positive
Yeah.
publicity in light of a lot of things, but yeah, we'll see where it goes.
Yeah. Well, that is all we have for you in Pointer Sports. After a quick commercial break, we will come back with our sports vocab segment.
Media Studies is a program for people who love to tell stories, whether that be in written form, visual, or audio.
Media Studies is exciting because it's always fresh, it's always new.
Media is at the center of everything we do. More and more people are asked to engage with media and use media. Our program really provides students with skills and techniques to be better prepared for that in the future.
We offer courses in media production, both video and audio, nonfiction and fiction, music production, journalism, film studies.
Media Studies is a great way to get hands-on experience in the field that you're looking to do. They teach you the basic concept behind everything, and then they tell you to go do it.
We really pride ourselves on thinking of a wide set of opportunities that we can give our students.
The student organizations are a great asset. We have SPTV, the student television organization, 90 FM, the radio, and the Pointer, our student-run newspaper.
It's a great way for students to get involved, learn skills that they need for class, and meet new people.
Some great facilities where our students can hone their skills.
There's a giant studio in the center of the comm building. I've had quite a few classes in there.
A lot of our classes are very hands-on, they're very interpersonal.
You're getting the skills that will allow you to create your future, and I think that's what makes it a truly amazing experience for students.
There's an incredible range of options for graduates. We've had students go out and become independent contractors, work for radio stations, newspapers, with TV stations.
Everyone is different and they have their own unique style in all the classes and all.
Welcome back. For this segment, our special guest, Ben Zitouni, will be asking us about sports terminology, and we will have to answer where each term is from and what we think the definition is. So Ben, what is our first word?
Well, guys, how's it going? Having fun?
So much fun.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well,
Great
we're
time.
about to have some more fun. So the first word is penalty kick.
Seriously?
That's in soccer. That's in soccer when the opponent team and they kick you or trip you and the ref thinks that's a penalty, you get a free kick.
You get a free kick on the goal with the goalie in the goal, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I played soccer.
Okay.
Played some soccer in my life.
Good. I mean, I think every little kid in the U.S. played soccer when they were little. So,
All right, well, you know
next.
what? I was a star. I was a star on the 5-year-old soccer team.
Okay, next word is walk.
A walk? That's
In baseball?
Baseball or softball?
You
Or
couldn't
even
have challenged us a
basketball.
bit more, Ben?
No way, that's traveling. Just kidding. That's traveling.
A walk.
Yes.
When the pitcher doesn't pitch enough strikes, so the batter gets a walk.
Oh,
How many-
Four balls.
4 balls.
Okay.
4 balls.
All right. Next one is what's a sack?
In football?
That's when the quarterback gets sacked from the defense of the opposing team. No one blocks them, and then the quarterback still has the ball.
Like,
and they go
if
down.
I were to throw Sarah out of her chair and she had a football, that'd probably be a sack.
Yeah.
And it's only a sack if it's behind the line of scrimmage.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Wow.
Okay.
Details.
Let me see what other words I got here. All right. 2 words left. Technical foul.
Oh, my dad's got one of these.
Is that when you're just like really rude to another team?
Or, like,
the
What
opposing team?
sport is it in?
Basketball?
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what's the definition?
Like, if I were to say something obscene and Sarah's on
Yeah,
the other
usually
team.
a 4-letter word
Yeah.
will get you.
Or
the
like if you're like
technical.
interrupting the refs like calls or like on their court too and like very angry about it because that's how my dad got.
Anyways, yeah. I played left bench, 8th grade basketball.
Nice.
Proud of
Sounds
you.
like fun. Me too.
Didn't learn
bench
a lot
time.
about basketball, but I watched the cheerleaders and I learned every single cheer. So I don't know. It's fine.
All right, last word for you.
Okay.
Long snapper.
Oh, I know this. This is in football, and I'm not gonna demonstrate, but like they throw it between their legs, and then the guy has it on the little thing, and then you kick it.
So that would be for what play in football? What's the play? What
kicker?
plays is the long snapper on the field for?
Field goal?
Okay, and one more play in football where the long snapper is used.
When you're just starting
Kickoff?
the game. Yeah, kickoff.
No.
There we go. No,
No.
what?
For punting. Punting
Sarah
and
got
kicking.
it.
Wow.
Sarah got it. That's the last
Well,
one.
yeah, no, I have no poor experiences with football. I just didn't play football.
That's all I have for you guys.
Give us another one.
Yeah.
Off the top of my head,
Improvise.
what's closer?
Oh, I have no
That's the one
idea.
who closes in a retail place.
No.
Very locked up at the end of the night. Turn off all the lights.
Oh.
Any guesses?
No,
No
I
guesses
got
on the
that one.
Is
closer?
that-
Is it soccer?
Is it baseball?
Rachel, you should know this one.
Yeah, isn't it baseball? Isn't it
Okay.
when they bring in another pitcher?
Last hitter of the game?
Like in the last part of the game because they don't want to put too much pressure or stress on the first pitcher. Like if
Kind of. You're kind of there. I'll give it to you. Any other ones you guys want? Any other off the top of my head?
Give me one more.
One more?
Yeah, come
All
on.
right. Let me think of a good one.
Ben, I have one for you.
Okay.
What is a basket toss?
A basket toss? It's probably something with cheerleading.
Yeah, but what is it?
Is that the one where you toss the person up in the air and then don't you have to like?
I mean,
link arms
anytime
and
you
then-
toss them, you should be catching them.
That's true, but I have seen some times where the people aren't caught. So isn't that where you toss them up in the air? Then you have to like two people on the ground have to like catch them like
I
this.
mean, you
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome.
What about like a liberty?
Something with the Statue of Liberty.
No. Okay.
That's a trick play in football. Statue of Liberty.
oh really?
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
The more you know. We should have quizzed Ben the whole time.
Oh yeah, we should have had our own list of words.
Next time.
Next time.
Next time.
This is true.
Next time. Hope you guys don't miss Alex and Jake too much. Don't know if you'll be seeing them again. We're doing so good out here, so.
Well, thank you, Ben, for talking to us today, participating.
Yeah, it was fun.
After our final commercial break, we will be back to wrap up the show. Welcome back. To end the show, we will talk about what sporting events we're looking forward to in the coming weeks. So, ladies, what are you looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to hockey games. I know that there
Definitely.
are a few this weekend, and I haven't been to one yet. So
Ever?
Yeah.
I don't know
so,
how you didn't.
So yeah, I'm excited to go to one of those before the semester's up. So.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to going to the hockey game Friday with my roommates, Alyssa and Zoe. Probably Sarah too. But yeah, I think the hockey games are some of the most entertaining sporting events I've ever been to.
Yeah.
I liked to go in high school, and then you get to like here, and it's such a crazy atmosphere, and I just think it's so much fun. I think hockey is such a fast-paced game, and it's so much fun to watch, and you never know what's going to happen, and yeah.
I was never really a big fan in high school because I didn't watch much of it, and then I got here and everyone's like, yeah, hockey, because like we were so good, and so
Yeah,
now
right.
like it's really entertaining and I do really like it.
Plus, like, the more we win, the more we get to do the chants, and the chants just make me laugh, so can't really complain about that.
True. So yeah, that'll be exciting.
Any basketball games, anything like that? Anyone else?
I did go to one.
I think freshman year. I'm trying to go to more, but like it's hard.
I've never been to one. I don't know.
I haven't either.
We're
I've been to like
okay.
football games, but not.
Maybe
yeah,
I'll
not
have to
basketball.
try it out, but
Exactly.
mostly I'm looking forward to the hockey games.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's winter.
Well, that's all we have for you on today's show. I'd like to thank Rachel and Sarah for joining me today, and a big thank you to our technical staff for all their hard work to make this possible. Be sure to check us out on Facebook at SPTV UWSP Television, or follow us on Twitter at SPTV_UWSP. Also visit the UWSP homepage to locate your Pointer athletic information. We will see you next week on the Sports Hub.